Okay guys, so I'm going to show you a little quick tutorial on increased layers and when we would use it in barbering, or men's cutting, or just a shorter version of it. So you can see I've changed up the mannequin a little bit here. A good example of an increased layer would be a pompadour. So it's when the fringe comes up and it gets that shorter length through there. So we're kind of doing like a ski slope. So imagine this is the hair, it'll come up and we'll be creating something similar to that. So now what many of you may ask, where do I get the guide from? What do I do? So same thing. We get that straight from the middle. We separate. Now again, this is just a technique you can use. You may do a full graduated haircut, for example, and then use increased layers just to do this fringe. That is fine, that is not a problem at all. But a lot of you will say, long to short, that's graduation. No, it isn't, because we're putting layers into the hair. So graduation isn't layering. They're two completely different things, okay? So this is layering, where you can see already that triangular shape. That is our increased, okay? What I'm gonna do, 90 degrees from the scalp, but my fingers are in line with the comb, where it's tilted towards the end. So what that means is, towards my crown, it's going to be a lot shorter, keeping that same tension and that same elevation where it goes down and matches my crown. So that, through there, what you can do now is take your section to the side of it like so. I've got my section to the side, I've now got my guide through the middle, and I'm just going to match everything to that. That is an increased layer technique. You'd copy it all of the way to where the head starts to round. Do not go past where the head starts to round. We want to make sure that we're just doing that increased layer on top of the fringe. Pompadour styles, even if you wanted somebody who wanted a little bit more of a fringe but want to take all of this weight behind their head, this is a perfect technique for that. Somebody like myself, super thick hair, normally what will happen is my hair gets too long and thick behind, and my fringe will just want to go and flop down. I don't want that. I want to be able to style my fringe up and get it off my face. So that means any length underneath it or behind it, I want to be shorter than that front length. Again, great way of cross-checking. Just making sure you pull everything up. You're just going to cut it. Cool? Thank you very much, guys. That's increased layers. Super simple, super easy. Don't overthink it. It's just cutting hair.